All right. Are you looking for a wedding planner for your Portland wedding? If you are, today I get the chance to interview Candida. Candida is a wedding planner with Bridal Bliss. Her and I have had the chance to work together, and it's been super fun. We laughed a lot, joked a lot, talked about tacos and some other things. Best tacos in Portland. But today I'm going to interview her so that hopefully if you're looking for a planner and you stumbled across this, you could think, hey, I really like her. I'd love to work with her. Just so you know, if you want any information or you want her contact information, you could just click the link in the description down below. I'll link to her and Bridal Bliss. And if you reach out to Bridal, if you reach out to Bridal Bliss, you can request her. Additionally, I'm the host, Craig Flood with Watertown Films. I make beautiful wedding films for couples who are getting married and want to remember it. So let's jump into it. Candida, tell me about yourself. How long have you been a wedding planner? What got you into wedding planning?
You want the whole story? Well, I got married myself 17 years ago.
Yeah.
And before my husband and I embarked on planning our own wedding, I was doing promotions and special events for a radio station in Phoenix. And so I kind of got the whole, I was able to dive into event production. And now looking back, I think my wedding planning career started even earlier than that, when I was in college and planning all the special events for my dorm and my sorority and even family affairs. So event planning has always been in my nature. And then once I started planning our wedding and 3 or 4 of my other best friends got married the same year, it was just wedding after wedding after wedding. I took in all that information and I thought I should do something with this. So fast forward a few years and friends and their family members are hiring me to plan their wedding. And that was in Arizona. And then 2015, my husband's job took us to the Bay Area, which was awesome. I always deserved to live there. I know that in my heart now. And I got into some more event production there for a few years before his job finally moved us to the Portland area. So we've been here for 3 years, and it was total kismet that I met Katie Haley from Bridal Bliss. Our kids are actually in the same class together. And we started talking wedding planning, and she made me remember just how much I loved it. And when the pandemic hit and Bridal Bliss said, oh my gosh, we've got, all these 2020 couples that need to move to 2021. I thought, okay, now's the time for me to get back into it. So I've been with the Bridal Bliss team for 3 years now. And this is, you're going to have to edit that out. This is my second season.
I'm not editing anything. We're going to roll with it. So okay, your second season, we can all make mistakes.
Well, technically I was with them before the season started, so I guess it has been 3 years.
Okay, so technically we're saying 3 years then.
I'll take 3 years. So this is perfect. My second season with them, and gosh, I just love it. Like, planning weddings in the Portland area is amazing because you have, your urban venues, you have your vineyards just 40 minutes away, you have mountain and waterfall backdrops. There's just everything here. So this is where I was meant to plan weddings for sure.
So you obviously
had answer your question.
Yeah, and then some. I love this. This is going to be good. Just so everybody knows, this is our first video of 3 today. So if you do like this, tune in for more. I'll link them in the description and post film. So you obviously had a knack for planning. You just gravitated towards it. It sounds like. What is it specifically what is it about weddings that you enjoy? Why a wedding? Why not corporate events or?
So there's something, family is everything to me. And there's something so special, about a couple letting you into that inner network to help you plan a wedding. But really just seeing 2 families come together, seeing the love that they share and the love that grows throughout the planning process. That is probably why I'm drawn to weddings the most. Just seeing that connection form, and it's really special. And I do feel like, people say like love is in the air during weddings, but it really is, and it's multiple layers of love, from family to romantic to generational. It's very cool. So that's probably my favorite part about wedding planning.
And trying to think how to ask this question. There's tons of different kinds of weddings, right? Like coastal weddings or weddings that are very traditional, weddings that are not so traditional, like indoor weddings, outdoor weddings. Describe to me the weddings that you or the kind of couples that you're like, man, when these kind of couples with these desires come to me, I love executing on that for them?
I love the couples, and I gotta say, like looking at my roster this year,
Hmm.
I don't have any two couples that are alike.
Hmm.
I love the couples who are quirky and their person, meaning like their personality, they're not afraid to let their personalities come through. They're not
Hmm.
trying to be the cookie cutter wedding that they see like on Pinterest or in a wedding magazine. They're just trying to be authentically them. And those are the type of couples I like. The ones who are just not afraid to maybe go outside the norm and try something new, do a different, like an unconventional venue, or walk down the aisle to something totally not expected. Or have a completely different dessert option than the cake that's expected. Just people who are willing to try something different. I like working with couples like that, especially.
Perfect. All right, we're going to wrap this up, but I'm going to wrap it up with 5 rapid questions. Okay.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
coming up with this on the spot. So we'll see. Okay. Indoor or outdoor wedding?
Outdoor.
Gorge or Oregon Coast wedding?
Gorge.
Favorite taco place in Portland?
La Real Taqueria on Tigard.
Perfect.
99. What is that?
Summer wedding or winter wedding?
Summer wedding.
Summer wedding. And I cannot think of a fifth right now. Give me a second. Veil or no veil? Is that a question? Veil or no
Wow.
veil? Or I could say sleeves or no sleeves. The last wedding I did, the bride had sleeves, like post sleeves, like she slid them on. Let's stick
Oh.
with veil. Veil or no veil?
I say veil,
Okay.
but
Veil.
but not covered.
I,
Uncovered veil.
I don't think I've ever seen a covered veil. I've never seen a traditional
That's
whip up at the end, besides the movies.
I've only seen that once, honestly. Yeah.
So she walked down the aisle and then they like did
And then
the
they lifted it like the big
for
reveal.
the
Like
ceremony.
like the groom didn't know what she looked like. Yeah. I think that happened at my wedding.
You think you lifted your own veil up? Do
No,
you do it?
no, my veil wasn't covering my face.
Okay, we won't talk about the fact that you don't know if you lifted your veil or not. All right. Okay, so that's it. So what's the best way, because you were with Bridal Bliss, what's the best way
Yeah.
for somebody to reach out? Do they just go to bridalbliss.com
Yes, go to
and
our
fill out the form?
website. Yeah, they can fill out the form. They can meet all of our planners on there. We have a Seattle and a Portland office. And
Yep.
so, they can meet us all through there and send an inquiry through the website.
So Bridal Bliss has a lot of amazing planners. If for some reason you're like, gosh, I really like Candida, then when you reach out, just say, hey, I like Candida. Can I talk with Candida? Is she available for my date? With that being said, thanks so much for being on this. Again, if
welcome.
you're interested about any of this information, check the links below, and that can help direct you. Thanks, Candida.
You're welcome. Thanks, Craig.